Hello, my name is Robert Webb and I am one of the authors of this study. I am also a Feldenkrais practitioner and taught the series of 60 Feldenkrais Awareness Through Movement lessons which comprised the intervention in this research project. In Awareness Through Movement lessons, the participant is verbally led through a series of structured movement sequences, guiding them towards new perceptions and understandings of oneself. They utilise attention, sensory perception and imagination to help address habitual patterns of movement and expand a person's self-image. The method aims for a heightened self-awareness and expansion of a person's repertoire of movement and improved functioning, where the whole body cooperates in movement and where maximum efficiency is achieved with minimum effort. The participants in this study were of an average age of 67. They all suffered from osteoarthritis of the hip, knee or ankle, or in most cases a combination of these. Many also had osteoarthritis in the low back. The 60 lessons which comprised the intervention were selected with the aim of improving hip, knee and ankle function in the context of improving overall function. Each individual lesson had a functional theme. Lessons would often return to previous themes, ideas and functions, building upon them as the program progressed. The video you are about to see is a series of short segments from 3 of these lessons. Although each lesson is about 45 minutes long, we can only show a selection of short segments. These 3 lessons were included in the intervention to help improve the function and range of motion of the hip joint. Although not shown here, it is important to understand that at the end of each lesson, the participants would explore the impact the lesson had had on their standing and walking. The purpose of showing this video is to give an example of a Feldenkrais Awareness Through Movement lesson from this study, as well as to indicate the kind of improvement that can be found from doing these lessons. The lesson begins with the person lying down, holding the outside of the foot with their hand and extending in the knee.
And just explore what's it like to do that. And it looks very nice.
It then develops into a rolling motion.
Continue gradually rolling. It will help you if your left foot stays on, your right foot stays on the ground rather than lifting it off, and your knee rolls right and left. Make sure you're not holding your breath, you're not straining. The knee opens out as you go to the side and bends as you come to the middle. Fantastic. And then let it all go. Bring your legs down and have a rest.
The person is then asked to do the more challenging movement of taking the knee inside and outside of the arm whilst holding the foot.
Foot, holding it with your left arm, have your right hand behind your head, right, and take the knee from one side of the elbow to the other. And the moment when the head lifts to help you, yeah, it does help, I think, if you lift the head. And then let it go and have a rest. Good. Put it down.
We move on to holding both feet and alternatively taking the knee inside and outside the arm. As we progress, greater demand is made on the hip joint as well as the arm, shoulder and trunk. Here we also see different people trying different arrangements.
And alternatively, take the knee inside one, and then inside and out, and then alternate. And the head can be up or it can be down, whatever you feel you'd like. Oh, Bev's doing both at the same time. In fact, Bev, I better come and get a better picture of you, I think. Go on, have a go. Well done. Well done. Oh, Maria's doing an interesting one. The elbows are going... Oh, I have to describe that. I've got it on video. Then everyone have a rest, and then I'll try and...
We then move into a sitting position, taking the knee from the outside to the inside of the arm, and the foot moves behind the body and the knee goes to the floor. Here we see the enormous range of motion being undertaken by the hip joint, remembering that for many, one or both hip joints had osteoarthritis.
So have the right hand behind you to support you on the floor, right? So you take the knee from the inside, take it behind you onto the floor and come back. And remember how side sitting was a challenge for you at one stage? Now you can do it holding one foot. Good. And sure.
As the lesson progresses, we find that for some of the participants they have done enough. Others continue to develop it further.
The knee underneath the elbow on one side and then the other. You could try it at the same time. Now, that's really good. It's really good. Oh, Stella's in. Yeah. Okay, very good. All right. Very good.
Here we see one of the participants showing us his ability to balance after doing these lessons. Peter is 69 years old.
Well done. Well done, Peter. Fantastic. All right.
Finally, I would very much like to thank all of the participants in this study for their dedication and commitment to doing the lessons and for the fun and enjoyment we had working together.